from New York.
Right.
What was it like growing up there?
I was born in New York. I lived there till I was about 8 or 9 years old and moved to Connecticut. I lived in Middletown, Connecticut for most of my life. So that's where I really consider where I grew up at, is Middletown, Connecticut. It's different, man. I feel like Connecticut is like a little New York because they pretty much talk and dress the same way. But Connecticut got its own swag that everybody tries to bite off too.
What's that?
Just the way I feel like the way we dress. We dress similar to how New York people do too, but I feel like we're always like early with the fashion trends.
Before New York?
No, I wouldn't say before New York. I'm talking about
okay.
other places.
Okay.
New York is the capital of
Yeah.
fashion. We're not going to take that away from them.
Why did you end up moving from New York to Connecticut?
I think just a change of scenery. My mom was ready to move. I was ready to move. I was like every other kid in the United States, bad, causing problems, fucking pulling fire alarms, fighting, everything you can imagine. So it was one of those things where my mom was like, we need to reset and just get out of here. So we moved to Connecticut, and that's where things kind of took off for me. I started doing better in school. Basketball started picking up. Then, the rest is history from there. I became the #1 player in the country my freshman year of high school. And then here we are today, Lyrical Lemonade, 12 years later.
You had family out there too already, right?
Yeah, my uncle lived out there. My cousins lived out there. My aunts are out there. My grandma lives out there. So it was just my mom and my sister who lived in New York.
So did that family structure, or just getting around, other family, and you talk about the new environment, how much do you think that impacted, where you are today as well?
Yeah, I think my family was a very big help to my success and where I'm at. My Uncle Phil was my basketball coach when I was young, and he really was the one that kind of helped me propel to be the player I am, how tough I am, and, mentally stronger. And when it comes to the game, he was definitely a big part of that. And I went from as far as him, like, even gave me basketball shoes to make sure I was laced up on the court. But he never played me, though. We're gonna throw that out there. I know he's gonna watch this at some point in time. He never played me earlier on in my basketball days, like my 7th, 8th grade. I never played because I wasn't very good. So granted, I wasn't ready to play. I always played above my age anyway, so I wasn't ready to play with the older kids yet. But I got to watch a lot of basketball, so that was fun. That was fun for me. But he never quit on me though. He never quit. He always, helped me. He was there for me, helping me work out, teaching me different things about the game. And then we had J.R. Hargraves, who came into play. Then, Patrick Sullivan, who I love to death, who was my new AAU coach later on in high school. And, basketball became fun after a while, man. It wasn't as bad after my coordination caught up.
Yeah, so when did it click for you? Because you talk about not playing in 7th and 8th, but, becoming the #1 player shortly after. When did it, what workout, what happened?
Man, I wish I had like a story to tell you. The summer of my freshman year, we were playing down in Orlando, Florida for nationals. And I'll never forget this. We had an 8 a.m. game. And I don't know what I did the night before or what magic dust was sprinkled on my head while I was sleeping, but I was just doing shit that I never did ever in a game. Like I was running up the court, dribbling, crossing people up, shooting threes, dunking, like just things that I wasn't doing like 4 weeks ago. Just all of a sudden started happening. It's like my body just woke up. Like all my coordination just came into play that morning. And after that, I'm like, all right, this shit might be real. I might be onto something right now. So.
Yeah, that make me like Mike moment.
Yeah,
Really.